Hello guys, I am V. Sai Srinivas of 9th class from Mathman. So today I am going to explain today's editorial, so let's get started. Today our editorial's name is Pandemic Resilience. Parliamentary panels call for a new health law post COVID-19 is kernel for reform. So the parliamentary panel had decided to change and make some amendments and bring new health laws that would help in the change of the previous ones. The report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs calling for a comprehensive public health act as a response to the extreme stresses caused by COVID-19 is a welcome call to reform a fragmented health system. The Parliamentary Standing Committee of House Affairs had requested for an Public Health Act as a response for the extreme stress caused due to the pandemic of COVID-19. So many people agreed to it because it could help in the change of the broken health system and make it more stronger. When the pandemic arrived, National Health Profile 2019 data showed that there were an estimated 0.55 government hospital beds per 1,000 people. Prolonged underinvestment in public health infrastructure thus left millions seeking help from a highly commercialized private sector with little regulatory oversight. So in 2019, the government weren't so serious about it. So they lagged like more than 1,000 beds, and that led to so many bigger problems. So in order to avoid it, they must fund the public health infrastructure so that it can withstand any pandemics like this. So because they didn't take care of it then, now millions of people don't have beds to get treated in the government hospitals, but they had to go to an highly commercialized private hospitals where the precautions are not so taken care. So this situation even got worse in the rural areas like villages where the facilities of the government hospitals are not so advanced, and the urban workers or the laborers, all of them had moved into their villages, that the cost of falling sick, that is getting infected by the virus, is going to be so expensive in the cities. Acknowledging these distortions and the inadequacy of existing legal frameworks, the panel has called for an omnibus law that will curb profiteering during such crises and provide robust cashless health insurance. So, after taking all these problems into their view, they had come to a conclusion that they will have to increase the existing frameworks of these infrastructure, and the panel has requested for an law which will provide cashless insurance to the people in such kind of situations. Its indictment of the feverish commerce surrounding healthcare provision, however, can serve a larger purpose if it covers overall system reform, addressing the structural asymmetry created by misguided policies. India has committed itself to covenants such as the Sustainable Development Goals, but continues to evade making the right to health a full legal and justiciable right under the National Health Policy. So, in order to provide this for more masses of people, they have to make some major reforms in the infrastructure. So they had to do sustainable development in the health industries so that they can achieve their goals, and a national health policy can be introduced, and there will be parity among the patients. Among the committee's observations, in the absence of insurance cover for many and oversight on hospitals to ensure that patients are not turned away in the crisis such as COVID-19. So, the committee has taken all the points into observation and also said that in the absence of the insurance, the hospitals will have to ensure that the patients are not ignored in such time where many people are dying due to the crisis such as COVID-19. So the patients will not be sabotaged. While the panel is right to view the season breach of trust, one of the pandemic's impacts has been staggering rise in premiums, especially for senior citizens, of even up to 25% of the insured value. What is more, the insurance regulator IRDAI set 65 as the maximum age of entry for standard policy earlier this year, affecting older uninsured citizens. So, the panel had took this as a breach of trust when, due to the Pandemics Act, for the senior citizens, premium precautions or premium facilities are being said, but it costs 25% more for them. So, if especially for the senior citizens, these facilities are more advanced. So, the IRDAI had made 65 years as the minimum age to have such kind of policies where they get premium packages. So the IRDAI is the insurance regulator of India. So, but this policy had affected many senior citizens who don't have insurance. Such age limits must be fully removed. The answer to creating an equitable framework lies in a tax-funded system, with the government being the single and sole payer to care providers. So, such kind of policies must be removed from the system as fast as possible. So, the system should become tax funding. So, all the tax we pay them should be used for this development, and also the government should be the sole and the only payer to these patients and provide them with all the insurance they need. So they don't need any others for it. So thank you guys.